Hi guys, welcome to my first tutorial video. So while we're all here staying at home, I thought I'd show you this great project to help with mindfulness and stress relief, hopefully. So I'm going to be showing you how to make these net necklaces and net keyrings. And we're going to get to the keyring first. So I'll move all of this out of the way. All you need is your gemstone, keyring and 6 cords. And we're going to get them all as close together as possible and make our first tassel knot, as long or short as you like. Try and keep them all together. And I'm pushing from both sides because I want to control where the knot's going to go, but keep them all together. Okay, I like that length. If you don't, loosen it and move it. If you tighten, you won't be able to go back. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to push together and I'm going to pull down, pull back a little bit. Now hold the knot and lock each cord in by pulling each one tight. We've got our base tassel knot. Okay, so we pair up our cords where they're going to sit closest together. So I like those two better together and those two. So we make our first knot. Now I'm pushing with these fingers and guiding with my thumb and finger, and you keep it loose because we're going to have to test. We want to look at this distance in here because we want to get about the same for each knot. So leave them loose because we need to test the stone. I'm going to get it the same as the other one, or close. I've been making these for years, guys, so it might take a little while to work out where all your fingers are meant to go. Or you could get it in one shot. Give it a try. So, see how they're all about level? That's going to be the base. So we don't want, depending on what shape crystal you have, if it's got a point on the end, we don't want it sticking out anywhere. So decide which end. I've got this beautiful tumbled black tourmaline. I'm going to have the base there. And I think we'll just tighten up a little bit and that'll be good. If it was a pointier base, we'd go in closer. I'll show you on the other necklace tutorials about that, but you'll see once we get to the next stage why. So lock each knot in by holding the knot and pulling each one, with not wanting it to lose any distance. That's why we're holding the knot. So we have our first layer of knots. So now we need to pair up next to each other. Try and keep all your cords out of the way. I hold these two knots parallel. I'm going to keep it loose. I'm going to go to the next one. Try and keep them all out of your way. With these fingers I'm holding the two knots close together. And then I'm trying to get the same distance again. They're nice and loose. Now if we open it up, put your little finger in there, I'll put the stone in and you can see that it's making our first set of diamonds. So we need to go tighter to hold it in. They're still not locked in yet because I want to double check, because if I've made a mistake, at least I can loosen them. Once you tighten them and lock them in, they're really hard to undo. So I'm holding all of these quite firmly, and firmly enough to hold the stone there to have a look. So this one's bigger, I'll just tighten that one up. Hold them all so you can see, yep, they're fitting good. They're nice enough that it's not going to pop through the bottom. Now I can lock them in. Okay, try and keep them out of the way of each other again. And as you'll notice, I'm holding it from the bottom and making the knots this way. If we flip it up that way, we're just going to get confused. So having it down, get your cords out of the way, and we're going to make our next lot of diamonds. Pair up the cords next to each other, get those out of your way, hold your knots together, and we'll make the next one. Keep them loose, hold the knots, and the last pair. Again, I'm trying to make those the same in each. Most crystals are odd shapes anyway, so it doesn't matter if they're not perfect, but if you have a perfect cut crystal like a tower that I'll show you in a necklace, that's when you'll want them to look more even. That's looking great. Can sit in there. So all we need to do now, that's enough knots, we'll tighten those up. I'm not trying to shorten that, I'm just trying to tighten them up to lock them in place. If you're not 100% sure of how it's going to look, undo them all and do it again. But like I said, once you've done these locking in, it's quite tough to get them open. So by all means, if you want to practice, do them half tight. Get to this stage, if you're like, no, I'm just not happy, I want to try that again, undo them and go for it. Awesome, I'm happy with how that's looking. I'm holding the stone in there quite tight. It will stretch a little bit, but we need it to be tight to lock that stone. Okay, so I'm going to make the knot at the top. This is why we need a really long, fairly long ends to make this, and one more knot. If the ends were too short, it'd be really hard to get these big knots in there. So see how that top bit's poking out there? means we need to just separate those knots a bit better, and we'll try and lock it down even further. So hold the knot and pull each one, and that's our first net gemstone almost keyring. So we'll split these down the middle. I will be getting some just plain round rings as well coming, but I think these are great because you can get more, put them on your bags, hang it on your car mirror. Okay, so try and get that down there, locked in that position, all of this cords together. Make this one last strong, tight knot. Okay. We're pushing this down while we're pulling out. If we just pull it, there'll be a gap. So I'm pushing the knot closest to here. Don't worry about these, that'll fix up in a moment. Okay, so we're sort of half tight, so I can pull these to get them all even. There's the last one there. And that's locked in really tight, so there's no gap in there. And then we'll just lock them back in again. Unfortunately, we do get a little bit of wastage, guys, but we wouldn't be able to do the big knots without the tails. But I've finally got the lengths as small as I can with as least amount of wastage. And we'll just trim the ends off here. There you go. That's our first keyring, net keyring. So